TV update.
So silver lining today is we're dodging the extreme heat. Temperatures are holding in the mid-80s through the afternoon and evening, but there will be some scattered thunder showers around. It's not a washout. I don't want this to be too discouraging, but we will have thunderstorms nearby, so something to consider here in the coming hours. Otherwise, if you're back tomorrow, dry skies in place with temperatures holding in the mid-80s. So the heat and humidity will hold off for a bit. This is close to average for this time of year. Sunshine back, looking dry, near average at least for now, before a bigger warm-up later in the week. John, back to you.
All right, Chris, we're writing that forecast down as there's a chance for perhaps scattered showers or a storm to pop up here. Summer temperatures in the Hoosier State, and again, we know already that we've got an all main track card. So great to hear from Chris. I enjoyed that segment for the official weather look from WRTV6. And again, summer, heat, humidity, and you can get a pop-up storm as it always seems to find us as the bullseye.
Yeah, exactly. And it's almost like if it's in the area, it's going to find us. We've just had bad luck there, but hopefully it'll be nice for the rest of the day.
Fernando de la Cruz topping the jockey standings going into our racing program today. The first to reach 60 wins for the season. Of course, we still have got some ways to go until mid-November before we wrap up the 2025 Thoroughbred and Quarter Horse meet here. But Joe Ramos, hot on Fernando's trail. Joe Ramos, a two-time champion here. He's got 55 to the double nickel for Joe Ramos, and he had a nice, speaking of doubles, couple of wins on the card yesterday, as did Manny Escobedo.
Yeah, we can start with Ramos, and he had a couple of nice winners, and they paid well, too. This one was a $13 winner in race 7, the one Chana Del Mar for Ray Paquette.
Can't miss those pink silks. Charging up on the outside, absolutely.
Real men wear pink, right, Ray?
Sloppy track, mopping them up. Yeah, Silks and Roses. It was the Pink Out Classic. Here it was the Pink Silks of Ray Paquette III. Joe Ramos booting this one home. You can see we had a sloppy track yesterday after those storms popped up around the 3 o'clock hour, leaving us with an all main track card yesterday after the first two races. Nice win by Chana Del Mar. And here comes the next one. Molly's Potion exits some big handicap races here this season at Horseshoe Indianapolis for Don Fontenot. Sammy Bermudez was on board. Molly's Potion, look at those odds. She was even money. Maroon cap. Now I'm about to make a split for Joe Ramos. This was a nice ride and a game win by Jolly Justice.
Yeah, she just did not like that off, I don't think, but definitely a nice ride and a sneaky little move there to get the win.
Cheeky
very cheeky, Ramos. I don't think that he likes to be not in the lead.
Good photo finish win there by Joe Ramos to get him to 55 wins for the meet. Manny Escobedo had a couple of winners on the yesterday's card. Now, as far as Manny's wins went on Tuesday, two no doubt about it winners. So Jolly Justice after a photo finish over Molly's Potion. This was a small field. The scratches came in after we came off the turf course. Don't look back, didn't.
But still, Manny, I mean, aboard for Uncle Cipriano Contreras had some nice ones for him. Definitely, you know, kind of, for lack of a better word, sucks to only have 3 horses, but still, Manny with a double, and I like to give the boys their due when they get these. And he went on to race 6 with the 10 Fletcher Bay for Sippy as well. Look at that, both of them 3 to 5. You were
and
right.
wide margin winners too.
Yeah, they were just standouts in those fields for sure. The slop didn't matter to them; they were the speediest.
Yeah, I thought Fletcher Bay was double digits in front, carrying that margin to the final furlong. Really easy peasy here for Manny. Just gears Fletcher Bay down, wins by a long way. Congratulations, Cipriano Contreras. Contreras stable, a couple of winners here on the Tuesday card as we started off the race week. Speaking of starting off the race week on a winning note, hey, Brian Aragoni, Racing Animals Brian Aragoni with a couple of Pick 5 winning tickets yesterday, the early Pick 5, and of course that had the all with that turf race that came off, so thus we have that carryover in the early Pick 5 here today of just over $3,900. And then for good measure, Brian Aragoni taking out the 50-cent late Pick 5, both with that low 11.99% takeout. There he is.
Yeah, there he is. He had both winners. It was $374 for the early, and then I think did he have the late one? No, he had the 374, but he had
I thought he had the late ticket, didn't he?
The late is the 374,
yeah, okay.
And the early was 630, right? And yeah, so very excited for him. This is his 9th winning ticket with an average payout of $272 on each of his Pick 5 tickets. So be sure to play those, ladies and gentlemen.
Free tip sheets from Racing Rachel. Martha Clausen taking a look at that quarter horse allowance dash, and Brian Aragoni, his tip sheet for free also. First floor OTB, because you'll be down there signing up for Racing Rachel's Warriors today. Speaking of Brian Aragoni, he also leads in the Grayson Grass Challenge. Now, no turf races today. Again, we have an all main track card and muddy to kick off the racing program. In fact, trackman Tony Martinez and his crew already, the tractors out there making the rounds here. We'll keep you posted if there's any change with regard to our turf course condition, but you've got that Grayson Grass Challenge to benefit the Grayson Jockey Club Equine Research when we're back on the turf course, but Brian's doing well in that too. And here are the handicappers. There's the lineup. We're
going to do that and another little version of this Saturday, but tomorrow hopefully we can get back on the grass to raise some more money for equine research. Grayson Grass Challenge. It'll go until the end of August.
Week 16 of 27 prelims. For Racing Rachel's Warriors, again, stop by the first floor OTB counter. It's free. You can pick up all the tip sheets from our racing analysts and sign up for today's contest. Due back by 3:10 p.m., so that's an hour after the first of the day. So maybe you'll have an idea or so how the track is playing here with the muddy main track for the 2:10 opener. Get those Racing Rachel's Warriors contest slips in by 3:10. Top three share the $200 in prize money today. Plus, the top handicapper gets a seat in the $2,000 final here Wednesday, November the 12th, and that is closing week for the 2025 racing season.
Yes, we are going to be giving away weekly prizes, $200 for first, $75 for second, and $25 for third. To be in that big $2,000 finale, you must be one of the top handicappers for the week. So it behooves you to get here to the track and play.
No live racing here on Friday. Tomorrow, post time 2:10. Will be dark on Friday for live racing, of course. Horseshoe Indianapolis Casino, open 24/7 here in Shelbyville, Indiana. Then we'll be back on Saturday. But Saturday night, a special event. It's Empire of Hope. We'll be talking a lot about those off-the-track thoroughbreds, the Aftercare Thoroughbred Alliance, our friends at Old Friends Farm there, Mike and his great team in Lexington, Kentucky. It's going to be a special night of racing. We had Silks and Roses here last Saturday night, and this card on Saturday, Empire of Hope, kicks off at 5:10. It's going to be a special night.
Yeah, we're going to have a ton of great groups here. Second Stride, New Vocations, the Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance, Horse Angels for quarter horses, Friends of Ferdinand, Tri-State Thoroughbred Rehab and Rehome, and Race for Aftercare. We're going to have a Parade of Champions. Feature 5 former racehorses Saturday in the Parade of Champions. All 5 have had careers in racing before becoming pony horses at Horseshoe Indianapolis. We're also going to give a $100 wager to me, Jenna, Ren, Matt, Brendan, Matt Carruthers, Jimmy McNerney, Ellis, Dan, Scott, Brian Aragoni, and Gene McLean to try to raise money for Thoroughbred Aftercare as well. So a lot of fun stuff. We're gonna have $1,000 Legends contest as well. Are we? Wait, can't remember. Yeah, Saturday Legends handicapping contest, food trucks giveaways, resource aftercare booths, family friendly, fun, and more. I'm bringing the kids to this one.
No, this is going to be a special night of racing, and a couple of weeks after that, a fortnight after Empire of Hope, we'll have an all quarter horse card here on Saturday at the end of the month on the 30th. But not just.
Nikki just dropped it. Sorry, guys. That. We had a waitress just drop her cart right on her foot, so that was hilarious. My bad. I got with that one. Normally I don't laugh, but I got with that one.
That hurt. Special day of racing here with the all quarter horse card on Saturday, August the 30th. And we had some special performances here last Saturday on that all quarter horse card. He's a Hawkeye, very impressive winner of the QHRAI SSA Futurity.
Can't wait.
German Rodriguez rides and trains. And that horse is a very special horse. Looking forward winning by open lengths. He's a Hawkeye, and the finals for that and also the Futurity will be here at the end of the month.
I haven't told you this yet because it just got decided yesterday. I'm going to Naira. I'm going to Saratoga that weekend. So
really?
Martha requested that you do the show with her, and Jimmy Mac's coming.
Okay, that's breaking news for Jimmy Mac.
Breaking news for John.
Thanks to our big sponsors this year, Woodford Reserve Tequila Herradura, also Breed Development, Murphy Trailer Sales, our Winner's Circle sponsor here in 2025. Terrific customer service and loyalty since 1984. You can reach out to them at 765-361-8803. B&H Electric, they're back, and they are not only the tote board, but starting gate sponsor here of racing at Horseshoe Indianapolis, with locations in town, Seymour and Bloomington, and they're on the web at www.bh-electric.com. And Indiana's Giant Hubler, Racing Rachel getting in a Ford truck and driving it to the spa. At the end of the month, Shelbyville and Franklin locations
No way, I'm
for
flying.
Indiana's Giant Hubler. DriveHubler.com. No, I'm really looking forward to that day with the old quarter horse card.
It is. It's going to be good.
I mean, the finals, a lot of trials last Saturday.
Yeah.
But when you get to the finals of races
So
like that.
fun,
yeah.
especially when they have to qualify.
Zoom-in
There's
feature
so
looked great in the
many.
feature,
Yeah.
You know, in the Derby. And
It's very exciting.
he's a Hawkeye in
I love
the
quarter horse racing.
Derby final.
So fun.
Well, you can stay here.
I could. But I could go to Saratoga
Reach out
too.
to us on social media. It's been decades that I've been at Saratoga.
Hey,
I wouldn't even know my way
that's what I
around.
was just telling Donovan. It's
Yeah,
been 5 or
it's been
6
a
years
long
for
time.
me too, and I
5 or 6
fell in
years.
love with it the first time, and I
Times-
said
yeah, 3 or
every
4.
summer I'm going to do a Saratoga summer, and I haven't.
All right, well, you'll be off there at the end of the month. John G. Dooley, you can reach out to me on social media. Racing Rachel, she's going to Saratoga at the end of the month, so Horse Racing Twitter, say hello there on the streets of Saratoga, on X at Racing Rachel M in the near term. Martha Clausen, she'll be covering a really nice quarter horse allowance dash to wrap up the card here at 6:15. We kick off at 2:10. There's Martha on X and Martha Clausen, and Brian Aragoni, fresh off of those Pick 5 successes on yesterday's all main track card. With us being muddy today for a Wednesday here with the 2:10 opener. You can reach out to Brian on X at Mr. B. Allison. Trackwise, we've also got you covered. All sorts of breaking, where Rachel's going at the end of this month, our track conditions when they're upgraded, contest-wise. We got you covered, by the way. Our horse players, the handicappers, absolutely unloaded on A.I. Allen yesterday.
Did they?
They beat the bot by a long way. Also on Instagram and
Good
YouTube
to know. I have job security.
on Horseshoe Indianapolis Racing. Muddy track here today for our 9-race program. And again, don't forget, that's a 50-cent early Pick 5 carryover. It's just under $4,000. Quick commercial break here on this edition of Wire to Wire. When we return to the program, Racing Island's Brian Aragoni, fresh off his scores yesterday on that wager, talking about the 50-cent Pick 5s and racing here today for Racing Rachel. Track announcer John G. Dooley. Keep it right here, back with the B block. B block.
Tequila Herradura. Extraordinary
Jack
awaits.
Daniel starts here. From cave spring water to sugar maple charcoal to smooth Tennessee whiskey. Made by those who pour everything into their craft. That's what makes Jack, Jack.
Welcome back to a Wednesday of racing here at Horseshoe Indianapolis, and it's our second day in a row with an early Pick 5 carryover. It came off the turf yesterday. That carryover carries over to today, pulled right out of that pool when the surface was changed, and now we've got a carryover just under $4,000. We are unfortunately off the turf. It doesn't affect a whole lot in this early Pick 5 with the carryover. It really only affects the fifth race. Fortunately, out of that race, we only had one scratch. So the race did not fall apart. This early Pick 5 remains intact, and I think it's a challenging sequence. I don't think there's going to be too many standout singles in this spot. As you can see, our opening race right now, bettors having a difficult time narrowing it down, let alone identifying who's likely to go favored when they go to the post. And so let's take a look at this first 5 races. Now, we're going to try and hit the early Pick 5, already $4,000 in the pool. My guess is we'd get up close, probably eclipse $100,000 in that Pick 5 pool would be my guess. And it is a challenging sequence. You can see on my screen Not a lot of strong opinions in here. I'm going to try and beat a favorite in this opening race. You've got number 4 at 9-5 on the morning line, currently 4-1 for Antonio Duran, Rancho Monarca, and Rodney Prescott. Buckle up. This is a horse who has kind of had his chance. He's been closing in. He runs on evenly in the lane each and every time. What if I could draw your eye to a horse like Binge? Hear me out. Joe Davis has been red hot. In fact, there's been nobody hotter than Joe Davis. He's won multiple races. Last week he had a couple of hat tricks, maybe even a 4-bagger. He's winning at 19%. He takes over from Lombardo Barrazo, and Jimenez Racing Stables has been winning at a very high rate as well. He gets Fernando de la Cruz on a 20-1 morning line. This horse is currently 6-1. You have to forgive those last 3 starts. I know that's asking a lot to overlook 3 starts in a row. But before that, this horse was knocking heads with Do You Want to Dance, Commando Joe. And you look at Commando Joe, these guys were a head apart in October of last year. Commando Joe on the board right now is your favorite at 2-1. Binge with that 20-1 morning line, not so fast, currently 6-1. I'm going to spread out in here, take a stand against your favorite at number 4. 1, 2, 3, and 5. I also think Tay could likely run a big race, but I like Tay a lot better, like 47-1, like he was back on June 18th. He's not nearly as appealing at anywhere around 5 or 6-1. He went off 47-1, was a photo finish away. The bettors piled on last time, and he went off at 10-1. Didn't run a step. Which Tay will we get today? We'll find out 24 minutes from now. 1, 2, 3, and 5 as we kick off the card with a pick 5 carryover just under $4,000. $1 pick 4 begins in race number 2 with some first-time starters mixed in with some horses with experience in here. I didn't know what to do. I usually favor or slide towards horses with experience, but it's hard to fall in love with Indiana Smoke Show, at least the horse version. I mean, who doesn't love a smoke show? But Indiana Smoke Show off of a 5th place finish beaten by 6, and then Australia Berlante 0 for 12. That's career maiden status, now cutting back, turf to dirt in play. Those two seem to fit the bill for favoritism in here, but let me draw your eye to a couple of first-time starters. How about Jeff Greenhill's Unbridled Attitude? John O'Mara, homebred in here by Unbridled Express out of Easy Attitude, who is a 3-time winner, banked over $130,000. She's only produced one other foal. It didn't do much. Tried maiden special weight level a handful of times last year. Showed speed, didn't show much finish. But if you've heard me talk, I'm not usually in love with first foals. I think the upside is after that first one's kind of out of the way. I think Unbridled Attitude should run well today, along with Just Whine About It by Vienna Rose and Discreet Cat. Just Whine About It made $48,000 in 18 races. She's yet to produce a winner as a broodmare. That's a little bit of a problem in my opinion, but you must respect the connections. The breeding, is it there? Probably not. However, Randy Klopp, Joe Ramos, leave them out at your own peril. This is a horse who has 2 bullets, including a 34-1. Breezing from the gate. The gate should not be an issue for number 6. We'll see if the finish is there at first asking in the second race for number 6, as we are now 22 minutes away from the opener on a Wednesday. Race number 3, 1 mile and 70 yards, will go a route of ground for the first time of the day. No scratches or changes to be reported in this race. I think Highest Memories has had chances. This is a horse who you leave 514 Racing out at your own discretion. They've dominated this weekend, had a very nice Saturday, a couple of runaway winners with Conference Calling, along with Little Jake, who didn't stop this time. Highest Memories for me is just a horse who hasn't really shown the ability or desire, frankly, to win like they did last year. He had 4 wins last year, banked over $137,000. Halfway through the meet, after 4 races, there's only banked $5,000. That's the tough part about this game. Oftentimes they go in and out of form. I believe Highest Memories is a beautiful favorite. I'm going to use the other Tim Eggleston in here with Mansfield Tiger along with Monumental Justice. You've heard me talk a lot about Tommy Medina. He had another excellent performance yesterday with another win. And then Mansfield Tiger had a lot of trouble last time out. He was bet down to 3-2 favorite. He went off favorite over Highest Memories last time. That should not be overlooked. Checked and lost all chance midway through the turn. Got a disastrous trip. They checked badly, almost went down. It was good to see everyone came home safe, but Mansfield Tiger certainly has upside today as we play against Highest Memories in the third Race number 4, kick off that late fire 5. Not a race you want to get wrong. Scratch number 3, Ace of Cats, and the racing office did an excellent job because I think they put the best betting race of the day in the 4th race, and it is a challenging endeavor to figure out. Not feeling overly good, as you can tell how many horses I use in this 4th race. I'm going to go 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, and 8. In fact, the only horse we don't have is Calgary, which until that horse shows an improved run, I am off the bandwagon on that. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Anyone's game in here. Peter's Dream, I think, maybe serves as the most upside. Cogsy, I don't think that horse will go off anywhere near 8-1 off that last performance for Michelle Elliott. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And you heard it here first, race number 4, the hardest race to handicap. But with that challenging handicapping, you also get rewarding wagering more often than not. I don't think we'll see anyone even money or 6-5 in that race. You will likely be rewarded if you're able to get that race right. Race number 5, our first off-turf event, scratch number 4, BD Valesky. This will be the single. I had notes dating all the way back to August 27th, 2024. Now let's see if this note has played out how I expected. Just do not play against. That was off of a 7-length romp against Open Company, against Older at the age of 3. Since then, clearly Aaron West and Justice Farm also thought they had a good one. They tried the Grade 3 Perryville. That was a tough task, but they were faster, at least at the beginning, than Bookham, Dano, and Brusini. Then they ran here on opening day, bobbled a little bit at the start, was headed, ran 5th, but only beaten a length. It was a much better than it looks effort. Went over to Belterra and made a laugher of a 5-horse field. What a spot that was. Off at 1-9, and then last race in the slot, Latigo, Molly's Town. It's a tough race. So basically, what I'm trying to say is when I put this horses don't play against, we only have 1 win in 4 starts since then. I apologize to Justice Farm for saying don't play against, but I think Good Looking Justice at 7-2 is the horse to catch. I love that this horse is favorably drawn to the outside. I'm hopeful the track continues to dry out. Speed is his game. I don't think anyone can run with him early despite some other fast horses. I mean, you look at Gold Sweep, who completely freaked last time out. But we're going 5 furlongs. We've got the outside post on a drying out track on a horse who I can't see the last time this horse wasn't in the lead and clear. I think Good Looking Justice, strictly the horse to catch to cash. It's a hammer time for me in both the early pick 5 as well as the late fire 5. We are about 18 minutes away on a muddy and off Wednesday here at Horseshoe Indianapolis. I will assure that this first race is going to be run at 5.5 furlongs 18 minutes from now. John G. Dooley will go over the scratches and changes for you in just a couple of minutes, and we will be off and running before you know it. Good luck.
Good afternoon from Horseshoe Indianapolis. Holding out from the broadcast booth, track announcer John G. Dooley. 9 races carded and all main track card. Main track during the top of the 2 o'clock hour, rated muddy. We're off the turf. Main track is muddy. If you have your programs close by, let's take a look at the changes and corrections on today's racing program. Opening sprint starts the 50-cent early pick 5 off carryover of $3,980 in the 50-cent early pick 5. No changes in the sprint opener. Noting the second race maiden sprint starts the $1 early pick 4. There are no changes in the second race. In the third, here all 7 run. No changes in our first 3 today. On to the fourth we go. Fourth race sprint starts the 50-cent late pick 5. Scratch number 3, Ace of Cats. Number 3, Ace of Cats has been scratched. In race 5, 1 of 3 taken off the turf course. All main track card. Race 5 will now be run at 5 furlongs. On the main track, scratch the 4, B.D. Valesky. Number 4, B.D. Valesky has been scratched. 3, Balsa, a change of jockey to Joe Ramos. Has 55 wins here this season. Joe Ramos on 3, Balsa. There'll be no $1 horseshoe hat trick, all turf pick 3 featured. No all turf pick 3, scratch number 4. In the 6th race, a couple of scratches from the sprint. Take out the 1, Poetica, and the 7, Frango Electrico. With those scratches, no 10-cent grand high 5. That's the pentafecta. No pentafecta wagering. Scratch the 1 and the number 7. On to race 7 we go. In the maiden 3-year-old fillies off the turf. Main track at 1 mile and 70 yards for the maiden fillies. Scratch number 1, Thank You Ma'am. 2, Devastating, and the 3, White Star Line. No 10-cent grand high 5 here. No pentafecta. Maiden fillies, main track, 1 mile and 70 yards. Scratch the 1, 2, and the 3. In race 8, this one of the 3 taken off the turf course. Race 8 will be run on the main track over the mile and a 16th. Scratch number 6, Mabel Sue Jolene. The 9, You're Cool. Take out the 10, Sweet Heat. And scratch number 12, Annie Express. 13, Pretty on the Prairie, draws in. Pretty on the Prairie will run the number 13. Scratch the 6, 9, 10, and the number 12. No rider changes. Number 3, High Speed Justice, 1 pound over. And in the 9th to close the card, approximate post 6:15. Quarter horse allowance dash over the 350. Scratch number 2, Special Bad Habit. Number 2, Special Bad Habit has been scratched. No rider changes. Number 1, Wildcat Lover, 3 pounds over the listed program weight there. All main track card. We're off the turf. Main track muddy. Under partly cloudy skies. Upper 80s. Post time for the sprint opener to start the 50-cent early pick 5. With that carryover, just under $4,000 in 11 minutes time. Make it a great day with us here at Horseshoe Indianapolis. The horses coming onto the track now for the first race. Opening sprint at 5.5 furlongs, a field of 7. No changes here at the top of a 9-race all main track card. Main track money on parade. Here all 7 run. Race 1 features Exacta, Trifecta, Superfecta. Sprint starts are rolling doubles. 50-cent pick 3s and the 50-cent early pick 5 starts here. Carryover in the early pick 5 of $3,980. Starts here, muddy track, 2 minutes, 2 post time. We're now less than 1 minute away from post time. Sprint starts, the 50-cent early pick 5 as noted. With a carryover of just under $4,000, there's the current pool. In the early pick 5 all main track card, money, less than 1 minute. The horses are approaching the starting gate. The horses have reached the starting gate. It is now post time. They're going in. Marcelino Pedrosa Jr. with Commando Joe. Rodney Prescott, buckle up loading. Joins Commando Joe, Santos Sanjor with Do You Wanna Dance? Binge leading jockey Fernando de la Cruz with 60 wins here this season. Joseph Romero, Home Run Happy joined. Jose Gutierrez with Stop Hammer Time. This field with 33 wins between them. One more. Evan Ramamute. All 9 races today on the main track. Main track muddy to start the day. They're in the gate. Away and running out. Horseshoe Indianapolis. Fast start for Binge. Right there is Home Run Happy in between horses. And Tay is right with them as they battle. It's Binge. Quickly encountered by Home Run Happy, who's taking a short lead for Joseph Romero, and Binge is right there matching strides. They slug it out, dashing past the half-mile pole. 4 clear from Tay, who's getting a good toe into this from third. Do You Want a Happy running in fourth as the speed stretches them out to 3 furlongs from home. Buckle Up is next in formation as they round the far turn that way. Commando Joe and finally Stop Hammer Time trails here in the Wednesday opener. The quarter was dueled through in 21.83 seconds past the quarter pole. It's Home Run Happy and Binge with the rail, and they take this head-to-head confrontation for home. It's Home Run Happy, who has the advantage now over Binge into the stretch. Charging is Buckle Up. Tay between horses and Do You Wanna Dance is running on now. 1 furlong to go. It's Home Run Happy with a 3-length buffer zone. Here comes Buckle Up. Here comes Do You Wanna Dance? But Home Run Happy kept to the task by Joseph Romero. Home Run Happy is safe at home. Home Run Happy won by 2 from Buckle Up. Do You Wanna Dance was third, and Tay holds Commando Joe for fourth. .103.71 after the opener. 103.71, muddy track. Number 5, Home Run Happy. 9-2 first. Here's the slow-mo. It was 5-2 on Buckle Up and 6-1 on the 2. Do You Wanna Dance? 4-1 Tay and 8-5 Commando Joe. Stand by for the full run order from the judges. 5-4-2-7. Home Run Happy, Joseph Romero. For Clamaco Galindo Torres. At 9-2, a winner to start the pick 5 off. The result of the first race official. Returning to the Murphy Trailer Sales Winner's Circle number 5, Home Run Happy with Joseph Romero. Home Run Happy is a 5-year-old dark bay or brown gelding by Run Happy. At a Slew's return by Came Home. Clamaco Galindo Torres trains for Brianna Johnson. Horseshoe Indianapolis congratulates the winning connections of Home Run Happy, paid 9-2. First results in. 5-4 exacta paid $33.80. 50-cent trifecta 5-4-2, $21.25. Tay ran fourth in the sprint opener. 10-cent superfecta 5-4-2-7 pays $15.80. In race 1, the favorite, 5th. All 7 ran. Muddy track 103.71. Claimed the 2 Do You Want to Dance for $10,000. Ran 3rd. Do You Want to Dance was claimed. New owner Mark Hickson. Trainer Randy Matthews claimed Do You Want to Dance? 24 minutes away from race 2. No changes in the maiden sprint, all 7 run. No changes in race 2 on an all main track card. Muddy, exacta, trifecta, superfecta, double pick 3 and start to the $1 early pick 4. Post time will be at 2:44 in all cases. Please do try to make your Horseshoe Indianapolis selections and wagers today early. Thank you. Coming up in just a moment, our first race replay of the sprint. Hope you had a bet on Home Run Happy. Running out, Horseshoe Indianapolis. Fast start for Binge. Right there is Home Run Happy in between horses, and Tay is right with them as they battle. It's Binge. Quickly encountered by Home Run Happy, who's taking a short lead for Joseph Romero, and Binge is right there matching strides. They slug it out, dashing past the half-mile pole. 4 clear from Tay, who's getting a good toe into this from 3rd. Do You Want a Happy running in 4th as the speed stretches them out to 3 furlongs from home. Buckle Up is next in formation as they round the far turn that way. Commando Joe, and finally Stop Hammer Time trails here in the Wednesday opener. The quarter was dueled through in 21.83 seconds past the quarter pole. It's Home Run Happy and Binge with the rail, and they take this head-to-head confrontation for home. It's Home Run Happy, who has the advantage now over Binge into the stretch. Charging is Buckle Up. Tay between horses, and Do You Want to Dance is running on now. 1 furlong to go. It's Home Run Happy with a 3-length buffer zone. Here comes Buckle Up. Here comes Do You Want to Dance? But Home Run Happy kept to the task by Joseph Romero. Home Run Happy is safe at home. Home Run Happy won by 2 from Buckle Up. Do You Want to Dance was 3rd, and Tay holds Commando Joe for 4th. Away
Oh yeah, him. So nasty.
Hey,
What?
who's the funniest jockey in the jock
Funniest? Oh my gosh. I'm gonna go with Joe Ramos.
Elias.
Who's the funniest? Elias?
Yeah.
Elias is the funniest?
Yes.
Alberto Burgo.
Alberto?
Funniest? Probably my dad or Fernando.
You?
Manny Esquivel.
Manny?
I don't know.
Who do you think's the funniest?
Canotro. I don't know. He's the best.
He's the best.
Serious? Fernando.
The most serious? Marcelino.
I guess Tommy. I don't know.
Who's the dirtiest jockey in the jock ring? Whatever, mister. I have to take a shower before I can get my... What? You...
Tequila Herradura. Extraordinary awaits.
At the Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance, we believe in giving every thoroughbred a second chance.
Thanks to you, the owners, trainers, breeders, and every supporter, you've created a ripple effect of change that's helping these magnificent animals move on to new careers and safe, fulfilling lives after racing.
Every single donation, whether big or small, is contributing to a brighter future.
But this race is just beginning. Because of you, we have gained incredible momentum and we're ready for more.
Don't get to say this very often, but the late money, the dumb money in that race, off at 8-5, never involved, is your one horse, and 9-2, 1180 winner that floats well up after the bell in race number 1. We kick off the $1 pick 4 in race number 2, 6 furlongs the distance on what is still a muddy track. We'll keep you posted on that track condition. The one thing I can guarantee you is we will not be on the turf course today with the rain in the area and the rain we sustained yesterday. But 10 minutes away from the pick 4, a couple of first-time starters mixed in with a few horses with experience. Let's take a look at this field, a maiden special weight group in here with no changes. 7 of them will go to the starting gate. 1 will return a maiden no more. Unbridled Attitude is going to be the top selection of yours truly. 10-1 morning line. Taking a lot of early action in here at 7-2. I don't think that early action is going to stick around for this 3-year-old filly. The projections, the DRF projections, now the money's not always smart, but these projections are pretty good that DRF produces. I have this one projected at a big overlay of 13-1. So even though there's a lot of money signed on at this point, it would suggest that this horse is going to be much closer to that morning line, which I am thankful for. The 3-year-old filly by Unbridled Express debuts with Lasix and is out of Easy Attitude. Easy Attitude banked over $130,000. Produced one other foal who's winless at this point, so not much to go off of. But this horse has been training over at Turfway Park. And while Jeff Greenhill doesn't jump off the page at first-time starters, he's winning with 7%. It should be noted that his last 2 first-time starters over at Belterra have run first and second at decent prices as well. And you do get our leading rider in Fernando de la Cruz aboard 7-2 on a smallish 3-year-old chestnut, Unbridled Attitude. Number 2 has experience in its Indiana Smoke Show. Randy Klopp and Luis Contreras in here. This 3-year-old filly by Turbo Compressor is 0-3 lifetime, has yet to hit the board, but has faced some tough foes. Like this horse has experience. I usually choose experience over first-time starters. However, Indiana Smoke Show just really hasn't shown the ability to be quick enough to have the lead or the ability to pass horses in the lane. In fact, only passed 1 horse on debut in the lane. The last 2 starts has been giving way to the leader and getting passed by other horses in the lane. Usually not a good sign for me. 3-1, right at where they should be, but Randy Klopp can certainly win in here with this 3-year-old filly, who that experience is going to help her immensely. She's gotten lower each and every time from a betting standpoint as well. She debuted at 10-1 and then 8-1, 4-1, and it appears she'll go off somewhere around that 3-1, 7-2 mark in here. She looks plenty fit. We'll see if she can get Breakaway Farm home a winner in here at 3-1. But the other Randy Klopp trainee is taking the lion's share of the wagering and projected to go off as favorite, as Breakaway Farm will get out the Silks for 2 in here. They have both the 2 and the 6. This is the first-time starter by Mondavia, 3-year-old filly named Just Whine About It. Joe Ramos in the saddle, which is always a good sign for the Klopp gang. She's on your screen now. She's turned out very nice. I like the way she looks. And between Unbridled Attitude and Just Whine About It, I must say that the 6 looks superior, at least in the beauty department. Certainly looks much more fit and ready to win early on. This is a homebred for them by Vienna Rose, who she frankly hasn't had a whole lot of success, whether it was on the racetrack or as at the breeding shed. She was 1-for-18 during her career. She's 0-for-16 as a broodmare for Vienna Rose. So hopefully Just Whine About It can get her the first victory as a broodmare. Randy Klopp does win at 14% with first-time starters, and this one has a couple of very nice 5-furlong workouts. But you do have to wonder, 3 out of the last 5 workouts are all gate workouts. Now, recency would tell you 34-1 going 3 furlongs is crazy fast, so this horse is good out of the gate. However, anytime they have more than 1 gate workout, it tells me that they're still trying to work out the kinks. Luckily for the connections, they are drawn to the outside, so Just Whine About It may be able to recover 2 5-furlong workouts as well. She looks great. We'll see if she runs as good as she looks, but I'm all about the other first-time starter. Unbridled Attitude in here is a wide-open field, kicks off today's early pick 4. It's a $1 minimum, 15% takeout. And as always, you can't win it if you're not in it. So dive in now.
The horses stepping onto the track now for the second race. Maiden sprint over the 6 furlongs, all 7 run. No changes here. Exacta, trifecta, superfecta. Double pick 3. Maiden sprint starts the $1 early pick 4 off. Muddy track it remains. Muddy 3 minutes to post time. Less than 1 minute away from post time. Maiden sprint here starts the $1 early pick 4. Track now has been upgraded from muddy to fast. Official track condition, fast. Less than 1 minute. The horses are approaching the starting gate. The horses have reached the starting gate. It is now post time. Loading for the starter, Ray Kuick. Jose Gutierrez with the first-time starter, Screamin' Nina. She went in well. Jane Plain, Joseph Romero riding for the early double. Luis Contreras, Indiana Smoke Show, has joined Fernando de la Cruz with Unbridled Attitude. Rodney Prescott, Estrella Briante going in. Joe Ramos just whine about it like Indiana Smoke Show, both here for Randy Klopp at 6 furlongs. Here's just whine about it. Like Screamin' Nina, both debut. One more, Marcelino Pedrosa Jr. with 19 times started, Julie Forever. Main track at Horseshoe Indianapolis now upgraded to fast. They're in the gate. And they're off. Julie Forever broke sharp. Right there is Jane Plain. Just whine about it with debut speed. Estrella Briante and Indiana Smoke Show both close up. It's Jane Plain with Joseph Romero. Jane Plain to the early lead from Just Whine About It, and Indiana Smoke Show has a Navy cap. Estrella Briante running in fourth past the half-mile pole. Then the newcomer, Screamin' Nina with the rail. The 5-year-old mare, Julie Forever, wide, and Unbridled Attitude trails the maiden sprint. The opening quarter, 22.68 seconds, 3 furlongs from home. And at 19-1, Jane Plain spearheads them. It's Jane Plain in front of Just Whine About It, who's getting closer. Estrella Briante on the far outside. Indiana Smoke Show holds her position, that filly with the rail. Jane Plain tackled by Just Whine About It and Estrella Briante. Julie Forever on the front side. Screamin' Nina, and finally Unbridled Attitude. Top of the lane, half mile. 45.83 seconds with the rail. It's Jane Plain. Estrella Briante is building momentum. And here's Estrella Briante for Rodney Prescott, who's taking the lead coming past the 16th. From Just Whine About It with Jane Plain, then Indiana Smoke Show and Julie Forever, it's Estrella Briante. Estrella Briante scored the winning run by 5 from Julie Forever on the wire with Just Whine About It, Indiana Smoke Show, back and forth. One 12.18 after the maiden distaff sprint. Fast track now. 112.183 Estrella Briante. 2-1 first. The judges will examine a photo before posting the second and third. Estrella Briante, this was her 13th lifetime start. Rodney Prescott for Rancho Monarca, Tony Duran. Second on the slow-mo photo, Julie Forever with Just Whine About It. Indiana Smoke Show, Jane Plain. Stand by for the running order from the judges. It's gone to 3, Estrella Briante. Second, the 7, Julie Forever. At 18-1, number 6, Just Whine About It. 6-5 third, and 2, Indiana Smoke Show at 7-2 fourth. 3-7, 6-2. The result of the second race is now official. In the Murphy Trailer Sales Winner's Circle, number 3, Estrella Brillante with Rodney Prescott. Estrella Brillante is a 3-year-old bay filly by Spite Song. Out of Hawaiian Sky by Parker Stormcat. The winner was bred here in the Hoosier State by owners Rancho Monarca LLC of Catherine and trainer Tony Duran. Horseshoe Indianapolis congratulates the winning connections of Estrella Brillante out to the maiden ranks today. 3-7 exacta paid $45.60. 50-cent trifecta, $35.35. 5 and 3 the opening double. Combining sprint winners, home run happy with Estrella Brillante, $32.20. Indiana Smoke Show ran fourth in the maiden. 10-cent superfecta, 3-7-6-2, $16.49. Favorite third, all 7 ran. Fast track, 112.18 after the running. Race 2. In the third, no changes in the starter. All 7 run. No changes in the next one. Exacta, trifecta, superfecta, double pick 3. With a fast track, post time will be at 3:17. They're in the gate. And they're off. Julie Forever broke sharp. Right there is Jane Plain. Just whine about it with debut speed. Estrella Brillante and Indiana Smoke Show both close up. It's Jane Plain. With Joseph Romero, Jane Plain to the early lead from Just Whine About It, and Indiana Smoke Show has a Navy cap. Estrella Brillante running in fourth past the half-mile pole. Then the newcomer, Screamin' Nina with the rail. The 5-year-old mare, Julie Forever, wide, and Unbridled Attitude trails the maiden sprint. The opening quarter, 22.68 seconds, 3 furlongs from home. And at 19-1, Jane Plain spearheads them. It's Jane Plain in front of Just Whine About It, who's getting closer. Estrella Brillante on the far outside. Indiana Smoke Show holds her position, that filly with the rail. Jane Plain tackled by Just Whine About It and Estrella Brillante. Julie Forever on the far outside. Screamin' Nina, and finally Unbridled Attitude. Top of the lane, half mile. 45.83 seconds with the rail. It's Jane Plain. Estrella Brillante is building momentum. And here's Estrella Brillante for Rodney Prescott, who's taking the lead coming past the 16th. From Just Whine About It with Jane Plain, then Indiana Smoke Show and Julie Forever, it's Estrella Brillante. Estrella Brillante scored the winning run by 5 from Julie Forever on the wire with Just Whine About It, Indiana Smoke Show. They're in the gate. And they're off.
From marshmallow festivals to fireworks on the shore, no matter where you're headed this summer, Hubler Ford's got you covered. And during Hubler's Freedom to Drive, we've got your payments covered too, all summer long. So get out there in a new Ford with 0% financing. Plus, buy with 0 down, no payments for 90 days. And Hubler's got you covered for 200,000 miles.
Hubler's got you covered.
DriveHubler.com.
The 2025 Global Symposium on Racing. It's the premier networking event of the year. Connect with the who's who of racing. Collaborate face-to-face with key decision makers. Be a part of the international conversation. Discover the latest technology and innovation. Join us December 8th through 10th. Register at racingsymposium.com.
We are 10 minutes to the third race here at Horseshoe Indianapolis, and we have a 3-year-old and up starter optional claiming for 12.5. And these are Indiana breds. There's a 7-horse field, and the 5 is the 5-2 favorite. But I'm going to go with the 2, Bold Spirit, here on top. This is a really kind of interesting race. They've been going back and forth. Painter's Canvas has raced against the 7. Rich Kingdom, Mansfield Tiger, same thing. Highest Memory, Rich Kingdom against the 2 and the 3. So these guys have been going back and forth. I always say it's like knocking heads. You know, they're honestly been going back and forth between them. And really, I'm trying to go different route here because I think the 5 obviously is the highest. Some of the highest speed figures, but I like Bold Spirit. High percentage trainer is Cipriano, who's coming off a double yesterday. Marcelino, one of our top jockeys. Obviously, this is the 3rd start off the layoff as an Indiana bred. This horse ended the meet in claiming for 5s and then tried an allowance, still got 3rd. Then came out on debut, got bumped at the start, got into some trouble last time as well, going a mile. So I just think that this is one that he might, if he stays out of trouble, he draws towards the inside, which is good. I think he likes that the best, and he can flash that early speed here today. He should be tough. So Bold Spirit's who I'm going to go with here. Also, I thought, we're probably going to be, if it's nice and dry, but I didn't want to say it out loud. You know what I mean? Because it's just crazy, the weather. But hopefully we stay this way. 6-1 I'll take. And then the 6, Mansfield Tiger. This is another gelding who knows, horse for the course. The 6 is who I put in my exacta spot at 3-1. Mansfield Tiger. Mitch Merle is aboard here for Tim Eggleston. And just this class is what he fits in. He does really well in claiming for 5. He does good in these starter optional claimers as well. Beaten a length last time or 2 back as the bettor's favorite in this class at 1 mile and 16th, then moved to 1 mile. And I don't know what happened in that one. He kind of got stuck on the rail, didn't really do anything, and then just kind of went around, not moving much. But definitely a nice horse, obviously. If you look, he's got the highest speed figure of last race, which was 80. He also has the highest prime power. He's the class. And he also has the best speed at the distance. It's been a while, but he has put up an 87 at 1 mile and 70 before. So definitely Mitch and Tim, hot connections as well. Mansfield Tiger is who I put in second. And then highest memories is the one that I just said all that. Definitely has the highest speed. So kind of the class and everything of this group is highest memories who we're looking at now. So this one is also Tim Eggleston. Threw me off there. 2 Tims, I forgot. Matt Kiełkowski, you see there. Great owner who has this horse ready to go. Andre Ua is aboard in another one who was second last time at 1 mile. Highest memories was second, and Rich Kingdom was third. Back to back. Mansfield Tiger took it. My 6 I just talked about. So like I said, they're just going back and forth. It just depends who gets the trip. I think it sort of depends on who gets out early enough, to be completely honest with you. But all those that I just listed, the speed last race and the best speed at the distance, is the 5 highest memories, which is the favorite right now at 2-1. So 2-6-5 for me here, but I'm gonna say it's Bold Spirit's day today. 6-1. I'm going with the 2. Good luck.
The horses called postward now for the third race. Here in the starter, there are no changes, all 7 run. No changes in this one. Fast Track, Exacta, Trifecta, Superfecta, Double Pick 3, parading with 3 minutes to post time. We're less than 1 minute away from post time. Less than 1 minute The horses are approaching the starting gate. The horses have reached the starting gate. It is now post time. Joseph Biemer with Painter's Canvas first in. Santo Sanjor Parker coming up to the rail draw. Andres Aloa with Highest Memories loading up. Marcelino Pedrosa Jr., the pilot, with Bold Spirit. Mitchell Morrow with Mansfield Tiger, like Highest Memories, both for Tim Eggleston. Here over the 1 mile, 70 yards. Highest Memories, now 8-5 favorite. 2-1 Mansfield Tiger. 9-2 Painter's Canvas. Jose Gutierrez, Rich Kingdom, has gone all in. One more. Leading up Monumental Justice. Alberto Burgos with 41 wins here this season. They're in the gate. They're off. Toward the inside, Rich Kingdom in company with Bold Spirit. There's Highest Memories being sent, and Monumental Justice strides up with an early run as they vie for command entering the first turn. It's Highest Memories with Bold Spirit right there toward the inside, and Monumental Justice is running third on the far outside as these leaders go to the back of the track. Mansfield Tiger with the black cap. This leading quartet have made an early break from Rich Kingdom back in fifth. Then Painter's Canvas, and Parker has dropped back to seventh and last. Swift Payson, 22.75 lead seconds with Marcelino Pedrosa Jr. Bold Spirit's the pilot. Bold Spirit tracked by Highest Memories with Monumental Justice running in third. Mitchell Morrill and Mansfield Tiger fourth toward the inside. Still another 7 to Rich Kingdom, who's running in fifth. Well, racing 4 clear from Painter's Canvas and one more to Parker. They go past the half-mile pole in 46.48 seconds. Bold Spirit continues to generate the pace for Highest Memories and Monumental Justice. Mansfield Tiger continues to track from fourth position, but now with inside 3 furlongs to go. Painter's Canvas starts to gain inside of Rich Kingdom, and Parker's last. Highest Memories driven hard. Monumental Justice strides up now with a nice bid for Alberto Burgos. And to the inside, Bold Spirit is third under pressure. Mansfield Tiger straightens away in fourth. Then Painter's Canvas switch to an outside path. Rich Kingdom and Parker. 3/4, 1 minute, 11.10 seconds. It's Highest Memories running a big one here for Andres Aloa. Highest Memories in front, leads Monumental Justice by 2. Past the 8th pole, Highest Memories just kept on finding. Highest Memories has won it by 3 from Monumental Justice. Parker comes from last into third, and Rich Kingdom finished fourth. $141.50 after the starter. 141.50, 5713. Here's the slow-mo 5, Highest Memories. 8-5 favorite first. Number 7, Monumental Justice at 6-1, 1 second, 1 Parker. 37-1 third, and at 8-1 3, Rich Kingdom gets into the frame. Painter's Canvas. Bold Spirit showed speed. Dropped away. Mansfield Tiger, 141.50. Andres Aloa, Tim Eggleston, 514 Racing. At 8-5, Highest Memories earns the win. Race 3 official. Returning to the Murphy Trailer Sales Winner's Circle, number 5, Highest Memories, under strong handling from Andres Aloha. Highest Memories is a 5-year-old bay gelding by Santiva. Out of the Indy King Mare, Best Memories, Tim Eggleston trains for Matt Kwiatkowski's 514 Racing, the now 6-time winner. Horseshoe Indianapolis congratulates the winning connections of Highest Memories. Paid 8-5 favorite, earned that win. 5-7 exacta, $35 even. 50-cent trifecta, $70.50. 3-5 double, $17 even. 50-cent pick 3, 5 with the 3 with the 5, Highest Memories, $19.80. Rich Kingdom ran fourth. The 10-cent superfecta, 5-7-1-3, paid $51.21. And the starter, favorite, first. All 7 ran, 141.50 fast. Race 4 of 9 on an all-main track card. In the next sprint, scratch 3 Ace of Cats. Number 3, Ace of Cats, has been scratched. With the 3 a non-runner, exacta trifecta superfecta, double pick 3. Sprint starts off the 50-cent late pick 5. We're off the turf, fast main track, post time in 20 minutes at 3:48. They're off. Toward the inside, Rich Kingdom in company with Bold Spirit. There's Highest Memories being sent, and Monumental Justice strides up with an early run as they vie for command entering the first turn. It's Highest Memories with Bold Spirit right there toward the inside, and Monumental Justice is running third on the far outside as these leaders go to the back of the track. Mansfield Tiger with the black cap. This leading quartet have made an early break from Rich Kingdom back in 5th. Then Painter's Canvas and Parker has dropped back to 7th and last. Swift Payson, 22.75 lead seconds with Marcelino Pedroza Jr. Bold Spirit's the pilot. Bold Spirit tracked by Highest Memories with Monumental Justice running in 3rd. Mitchell Murrell and Mansfield Tiger 4th toward the inside. Still another 7 to Rich Kingdom, who's running in 5th. Well, racing 4 clear from Painter's Canvas and 1 more to Parker. They go past the half-mile pole in 46.48 seconds. Bold Spirit continues to generate the pace for Highest Memories and Monumental Justice. Mansfield Tiger continues to track from 4th position, but now with inside 3 furlongs to go. Painter's Canvas starts to gain inside of Rich Kingdom, and Parker's last. Highest Memories driven hard. Monumental Justice strides up now with a nice bid for Alberto Burgos, and to the inside, Bold Spirit is 3rd under pressure. Mansfield Tiger straightens away in 4th. Then Painter's Canvas switched to an outside path. Rich Kingdom and Parker. 3/4, 1 minute 11.10 seconds. It's Highest Memories running a big one here for Andres Aloha. Highest Memories in front leads Monumental Justice by 2. Past the 8th pole, Highest Memories just kept on finding. Highest Memories has won it by 3 from Monumental Justice. Parker comes from last into 3rd, and Rich Kingdom finished 4th.
What a week it's been for 514 Racing. No Jason Kaler, but Matt Kiewakowski comes to show out, and 514 Racing gets their third win since Saturday, conference calling Little Jake, and now highest memories, first winner of the season after racking up 135K last year for Randy Burkett. 6 furlongs going to be the distance in here for race number 4. We kick off that late fire 5, 11.99% takeout each and every day. Do scratch number 3, Ace of Cats. I thought this was the most challenging race to handicap and likely the most rewarding if you are accurate in your navigation skills on trying to get through this race. It looks like the most competitive race on the card. It also kicks off the late fire 5 and is still part of the fourth leg of that early pick 5. I found myself aboard number 7, Peter's Dream, assured that this one would be a decent price with that 5-1 morning line. The 3-year-old filly was kind of very impressive sort on May 6th here at Horseshoe Indianapolis. Put together 2 back-to-back very nice runs. Made quick work of a maiden 15 group on May 6th, and then took on winners for the first time and ran huge against Sweet Saint. Since then, the wheels have kind of fallen off, was outbroken by Sakura's Quest, moved up mid-turn and could never catch Sakura's Quest, who got away with a lone lead last time out. And Luna Lena, I really couldn't give any excuses for last time's effort. Now, has been given maybe a little bit more time than previously been slotted. 6 weeks off, so I expect this 3-year-old filly to run a big race in here. But if she can run back to those May efforts, she is certainly in with a big chance in here. And you have to love John Heron, Alberto Burgos, a jockey-trainer combination that you leave off at your own peril. They win at 21% with over a 2-to-1 ROI as well. And Heron owns and trains as well. Peter's Dream, she can run a big race, and she can absolutely win this one as well, hopefully at a better price than she is now, 3-1 on the board. But speaking of prices, how about Randy Klopp and Luis Contreras on the board at 9-1 chilly for the Klopp gang? And they're not very, very ice cold on the board very often. And it's class relief in play. Got the maiden breaking score when they got class relief. From maiden special weight down to maiden claiming, went off at 9-5 and won easily. Then tried the deep waters, and the waters were certainly deep. Lost to Sakura's Quest, who is a stablemate as well. Didn't run terrible, beat half the field home, but was beaten by a healthy 10 lengths. Now goes back to the original winning price, claiming 15,000 non-winners at 2. She's so elite. Won at this level last time. The only time she's been in for a tag, she's been an easy winner. She's in for a tag again today. We'll see if she can produce 2 for 2 at the claiming level. 8-1, surprised by the number on the board at this point as Klopp's own and train the Marvin Johnson trainee. She's so elite. On the outside, this is who I expect to go off favored when it's all said and done. Maybe Chile on the board now. DRF algorithms, which I certainly respect, are 2-1 for La Medora. Rodney Prescott, already a winner on the day. He looks for another one in here with Brian Waltz. The 4-year-old filly by Al Nawi is 1 for 5 with a second in her name. She showed good speed last time out at a huge number of 20-1. Outran her odds, and she was beaten right at the wire by Luna Lena. Dueled all the way around, deserved a much better fate. You've heard me talk about it a lot of times. As a bettor and a player in this sport, you have to pick your spots. La Medora presented a ton of value last time out at 21-1. I just don't see her as a favorite against a similar group when just 6 weeks ago she was 20-1, and now you're going to have to settle for somewhere around that 3-1, 5-2 range on La Medora. I certainly think she can win. This is no disrespect to her, and I'm purely not even talking about the handicapping aspect of the game, more so the betting aspect of the game. There's value. La Medora can be value, but not at 2-1 in my opinion. Drawn to the outside with good early speed, just ran a huge race, has a rider who's already won today, and Brian Waltz has been hot recently at 22%. He doesn't have a ton in the barn, but he makes very good use of the ones he does. La Medora is certainly a big player in here. As we're 5 minutes away from that late fire 5, it kicks off with the best betting race of the entire card, at least in my opinion. Late fire 5 on your screen now. I am singled to the 7 in race number 5 in both the early pick 5 as well as that late fire 5. I'll let you know how my day goes. Otherwise, the ATM is going to be saying, welcome back, old friend, because we are all in on good-looking justice for Aaron West and Samir Bermudez. The 6-time winner in only 13 starts is going to be a single in race number 5, which kicks off the Itoba Pick 4. And then the waters don't get easier from there. We may go a little bit lighter, but it is certainly a challenging sequence to navigate in this late Fire 5. In race number 6, we're going to use just 3 horses, 3, 5, and 6, Sassy and Bold Joe Ramos, along with Outrageously shipping in from Ellis Park, and Devil of Paradise, an easy winner. The last 3 starts, has won 4 out of the last 5 races, ships in from Belterra, disrespected on the morning line at 12-1, but Aragon sees fit to bring his talents and services here for only 1 mount. The riders getting the leg up. We'll find out if they follow the instructions. 4 minutes away from the 4th to kick off today's Late Fire 5.
The fillies stepping onto the track now for the 4th race. The sprint over the 6 furlongs, a field of 7. Number 3, Ace of Cats, has been scratched. Scratched the number 3 from the race card. Exacta, Trifecta, Superfecta, Double Pick 3. Sprint starts the 50-cent Late Pick 5 on an all main track card. Main track fast. Once again, we are off the turf course. No turf racing today. Fast main track, 2 minutes. We've drawn to within 1 minute of post time for this Philly sprint. It starts the 50-cent late pick 5, all main track card. Main track fast as noted. Less than 1 minute away. The horses are approaching the starting gate. Cagsy, the first to arrive at the 6 furlong start on final approach. Last call for the 50-cent late pick 5. At the gate, it is now post time. Loading for this Phillies sprint. Evan Roman with Focaccia coming up. Now Fernando de la Cruz. Cagsy has the rail draw. Joins Focaccia. Luis Contreras with She's So Elite in the Navy. Santo Sandro with She's a Whirlwind drew 2. Jose Gutierrez with Calcolary. Two back. Here's the drone view. Alberto Burgos with Peter's Dream. One more, La Medora. Rodney Prescott has a win on the card. Fast track, all main track card. They're in the gate. They're off and sprinting. Sharp start for La Medora. Focaccia flashing speed. She's So Elite, part of an early scramble, along with Calcolary, who heads them off. And toward the inside, here's Cagsy now, who's come dashing through for Fernando de la Cruz. Cagsy streaks to a short lead from Calcolary. These two neck and neck, with Focaccia hovering just off them in third. Going past the half-mile pole quick. Then She's So Elite in the Navy, joined out wide by La Medora, who's running in fifth after a sharp start. The trailer's Peter's Dream outside of She's a Whirlwind. The opening quarter, 21.94 seconds, hot pace. To 3 furlongs from home they roll. It is Calcolary outside of Cagsy with a red cap trying to counter punch, and Focaccia third every chance to close in on them. And here's Focaccia, who's rolling up to these leaders as these fillies straighten away with She's So Elite. Peter's Dream on the far outside has come around in between horses as they straighten away. La Medora and She's a Whirlwind now closing into these fractions. Half mile, 45.37 seconds. It's Focaccia staring at 1 more 16th. She's a Whirlwind charging up the inside of her Santo Sandro, and here she comes. She's a Whirlwind like a tornado comes past Focaccia. She's a Whirlwind, 1 by 2. Focaccia was tracked down by She's a Whirlwind. Peter's Dream third, and Calcolary finished fourth. .111.77 after that Phillies dash. 2-5 and then a show photo. Here's the slow-mo. 7, Peter's Dream was third, and 4, Calcolary fourth. 111.77. 2574 posted to She's a Whirlwind. 6-1 first, number 5, Focaccia. 2-1 second, number 7, Peter's Dream at 5-2 third, and 4, Calcolary at 14-1 getting into the frame. Hold on until official, Santos Sanjor, another on the card for Tony Duran. She's a Whirlwind, the daughter of Santiva at 6-1. And the Murphy Trellis Sales winner, circle the 2. She's a Whirlwind with Santos Sanjor. She's a Whirlwind is a 3-year-old Chestnut filly by Santiva. At a Scarlet Bulletin by Red Bullet. Racing for owners, Jeremy P. Cobb. Couple of wins on the day for Rancho Monarca LLC of Catherine and trainer Tony Duran. With that training double, Horseshoe Indianapolis congratulates the winning connections. She rallies into a fast pace. She's a Whirlwind was 6-1. Race 4 official. The 2-5 exacta. That paid $58 even. This 50-cent pick 3 covered races 2, 3, and 4. 3 with the 5 with the 2, $34.35. 50-cent trifecta, $36.95. 5-2 double, $50.20. With Calcolary fourth in the Philly Sprint, the 10-cent superfecta of 2574 returned $37.79. 7-fish starter Ray Kuick, 111.77. Race 5 is next on the docket. 1-3 off the turf course. Fast main track, it's 24 minutes away. In the sprint, 5 furlongs main track, 5 furlongs. Scratch 4, B.D. Valesky. Number 4, B.D. Valesky has been scratched. Number 3, Balsa. The jockey Joe Ramos. 55 wins here at the meet. Joe Ramos rides number 3. She's a 5-time winner, Balsa. Exacta, trifecta, superfecta. Double pick 3. Starts at the $1 late pick 4, presented daily by Itoba. On the card, there's no $1 horseshoe hat trick, all turf pick 3. No all turf pick 3 today. Fast main track. Post time for the sprint feature, 4:21. The Roffin sprinting. Sharp start for La Medora. Focaccia flashing speed. She's so elite, part of an early scramble, along with Calcolary, who heads them off. And toward the inside, here's Kagsy now, who's come dashing through for Fernando de la Cruz. Kagsy streaks to a short lead from Calcolary. These two neck and neck, with Focaccia hovering just off them in third. Going past the half-mile pole quick. Then She's So Elite in the Navy, joined out wide by La Medora, who's running in fifth after a sharp start. The trailer's Peter's Dream outside of She's a Whirlwind. The opening quarter, 21.94 seconds, hot pace. To 3 furlongs from home they roll. It is Calcolari outside of Cagsey with the red cap trying to counter punch, and Focaccia third every chance to close in on them. And here's Focaccia, who's rolling up to these leaders as these fillies straighten away with She's So Elite. Peter's Dream on the far outside has come around in between horses as they straighten away. Lamadora and She's a Whirlwind now closing into these fractions. Half mile 45.37 seconds. It's Focaccia staring at 1 more 16th. She's a Whirlwind charging up the inside of her Santo Sanjor, and here she comes. She's a Whirlwind like a tornado comes past Focaccia. She's a Whirlwind 1 by 2. Focaccia was tracked down by She's a Whirlwind. Peter's Dream third, and Calcolari finished. They're in the gate.
you try and give them the best opportunity. And I don't know so much that it's just because it's girls, but you try to empower women because it is a very tough business. My dad, Jim Elliott, lives in Brookston. He bought a farm when I was a year old, so I grew up in it day to day. We come in, we usually make a schedule the night before of who's galloping, who's walking, and who goes to the Eurosizer. And then we have to get in touch with jock agents to schedule breezes for the jockeys. Someone comes in at 5 and feeds at 5 in the morning, then we feed lunch around 11, 11:30. And then that's usually our day, and then we get ready for the races.
Definitely a man's world back here, but all of us women, we really band together. We have a really great community, and we all support each other, and that means so much. There's so much emotion that goes into it when you do work that hard. You know, talent gets you very far at times, but when you put the hard work into it on top of it, it gets you places that you never thought you could go. You definitely have to work a little harder, but I think we also have an edge to us that not a lot of men have, and I like to take advantage of that as much as I can. Now I'm a jockey, living my dream.
It's a man's sport, for sure. Like, I think women, some people look at them and I think I'm a little more affectionate with my horses, more hands-on. You know, it's an industry where all your top trainers are men, so I think people look to that. I started underneath my grandpa, Calvin Prescott. Prior to that, I've always had horses in my life. I barrel raced, went to college at Ball State, and then I got back into horses with my grandpa, and I think my own trainer's license was probably somewhere around 2003, maybe, something like that. Started out with just a few. Eventually, I started breeding my own horses, and now I'm up to, I don't even know, 40-something, so a lot.
Hola, mi nombre es Sheneveli. Soy jaguaker, trabajo con Michelle Elliott, tengo aproximadamente 2 años de estar trabajando acá, soy del país de Guatemala.
There's a lot more women in this business now than when I first started 35 years ago. Being a woman, other women feel threatened by you sometimes, so it's always a good idea to go chat with the ladies first. They're your biggest asset and your biggest allies. Women will stick together if you give them a shot.
9 minutes to the 5th race. Here at Horseshoe Indianapolis, we have a 3-year-old and up optional claiming event for $50,000. It's going to be 5/8 on the main. We do have a scratch of the 4 in this group. I've got the 1 here on top. And of course, it's the favorite, even though it wasn't at the morning line. Gold Sweep, 4-year-old Colt by Speightstown, making her 16th lifetime debut, and she is consistently in the money. 7 of those starts have ended in a 3rd place or better finish. This year, he's 4 of 5. Claimed for 40 at Oaklawn in May, couple races at Hawthorne, and then came here to win. By 3.5, actually. Had to look to see what that was. And the highest last race speed rating of 91 in that race. So loves it here in Indiana. Let's do it again. And then they put him in this allowance optional claiming for 50, which I think is pretty comparable to the group he was with last time. Also, if you know, a couple times back at Hawthorne, the winner came back to win. He missed the break. He was bumped at the start and got a wide trip the time before that. So when it all went together last time out, which was July, I like the spacing of these races as well. I ended up doing really well, just setting off the pace, made his move, and looked really good doing it there. So we're going from a 6-furlong race to a 5-furlong race. Don't think that's a huge deal. I just really like this inside and should be forwardly placed. And that 91, if we can get a repeat of that, I think it's going to be tough for everybody else. Gold Sweep. Butch's Best is who I'm going to go with next at 4-1. Butch's Best gets Mitchell Merle aboard for Rob Dobbs. And Rob, high percentage. Is that rain? 20% wind clip, 52%. You know how I know? Because I can hear it on the roof. 52% the money. Rob Dobbs having a good meet. Mitchell's rode the last couple times. Now, let's just draw a line through the William Henry Harrison. I think it was too much for him, and he went with everybody at the very beginning and then just slowly faded. He gave too much to get up there, half length off the leader. Then when it was an allowance, but it was 5/8 on the turf, won. So it's raining. Let's go to what dirt tries on the fly, guys. I'm just out here winging it. This horse, if you look back last June, a nice sloppy effort, a second, and then nobody listens. Good turf course, second by half a length, taken off and good. I mean, this horse has, out of 3 wet dirt tries, a second and a third. So we'll take that, seeing as how it's raining now. And we already had some moisture in the track from yesterday. Then we're going to go to the 7, Good Looking Justice. Now the 2-1 favorite. Sammy B up for Aaron West, another white-hot trainer. 20% win clip, 52% in the money. Justice bred and owned. Greg owns this one. I always keep track of when Greg owns them as well as bred them. And that's the case here. This one came out of a sloppy race, and then Nobody Listens on June 25th. And then a sloppy race on May 30th. You know what? It's Good Looking Justice. If Good Looking Justice runs, it's gonna rain. But you know what? He romped in that allowance at Belterra by almost 8, and that was on the slop. So I'm not really too worried about Good Looking Justice in here. He also, I was kind of excited to see what he would do on the grass, but we'll have to check that later. As early speed, and like I said, he's also going down. He's coming off 49-day layoff, which is good, I think. Also, Ramos is on the 3, Balsa. Just want to let you guys know there is a jockey change on the 3. But I've got 1, 5, 7. I'm going to go with Gold Sweep as the rain comes down here at Horseshoe Indianapolis. It's like if it's around, it's coming for us. Good luck.
The horses called postward for the 5th race. Here comes the rain again. This taken off the turf course earlier in the morning. Main track is fast at the moment. Under the showers, 5 furlongs main track sprint, a field of 6. Scratch the 4, B.D. Valesky. Scratch the 4. 3 Balsa, the jockey Joe Ramos. On 3 Balsa, Joe Ramos. Exacta, trifecta, superfecta. Double pick 3. Started the $1 late pick 4 presented by Itoba. All main track card, 2 minutes. Less than 1 minute to post time. Main track now downgraded to sloppy. Sloppy track. Less than a minute, the horses are approaching the starting gate. The horses have reached the starting gate. It's now post time. They're going in. Fernando Veracruz with Gold Sweep. Alberto Burgos, Healing Waters like Gold Sweep. Both for John Herron. Joe Ramos with Balsa. Balsa in the blue. Mitchell Murrell with Butch's Best. Marcelino Pedroza Jr., Scotty's on Edge. Those for Rob Dobbs Jr. here. Reigns picked up. One more. Sammy Bermudez with Good Looking Justice. Track downgraded, just sloppy. Here comes the fifth all in. They're off, racing 5 furlongs. Balsa broke sharp. Good speed from Butch's Best. Scotty's on Edge, and there's Good Looking Justice has a red cap who's up and after the lead. Then toward the inside, Gold Sweep and Healing Waters has dropped back to last year, past the half-mile pole in the driving rain, and as they round the far turn. In front here, in front is Butch's Best. Leads here for Mitchell Murrell as Good Looking Justice strides up on the outside. The quarter on this sloppy track, 22.28 seconds. These leaders coming toward the quarter pole, and it's Good Looking Justice who's taking the lead now as they straighten away from Butch's Best, who's second toward the inside, coming down toward the final furlong with Balsa back in third. Then Scotty's on Edge, Healing Waters, and Gold Sweep is last. They're close to home, and with Sammy Bermudez, Good Looking Justice, pull clear to a sharp 6-length win from Butch's Best. Healing Waters was third, Gold Sweep finished fourth. .78 seconds over this now sloppy track. 56.78, 7.5217. Good Looking Justice. Even money. Favorite first. Number 5, Butch's Best at 5-1, the runner-up. 2, Healing Waters, 6-1 third, and 1, Gold Sweep was fourth. 7.521, Sammy Bermudez for Aaron West, the Justice Farm homebred. It's Good Looking Justice at even money in the rain. Stepping into the Murphy Trailer Sales winner circle, the 7, Good Looking Justice with Sammy Bermudez. Good Looking Justice is a 4-year-old bank colt by Street Boss. Out of the Flatter Mare with Wonder. Aaron and West trains for Greg Justice Farm. The winner was bred here in the Hoosier State by Justice Farm. It's official. Horseshoe Indianapolis congratulates the winning connections of Good Looking Justice. 7.5 exacta paid $42.80. 50-cent trifecta, 7.52, $27.90. 2-7 double, $29.20. Gold Sweep ran fourth. 10-cent superfecta, 7.52, $12.89. 50-cent pick 3, $26.85. $1 early pick 4. On a roll main track card, 4-4, $201.90. The 50-cent early pick 5 daily starts on the first. Pays out on 5-5, $372.55. In the sprint, the 4 was a non-runner. Favorite first, 6 ran, sloppy track, 56.78 seconds after the running of race 5. 24 minutes away from the 6th, scratch 1, Poetica, and the 7, Frango Electrico. There'll be no Pentafecta. Scratch 1 and 7, Exacta, Trifecta, Superfecta, double pick 3. Post time now scheduled for 4:54. Fifth all in. They're off, racing 5 furlongs. Balsa broke sharp. Good speed from Butch's Best. Scotty's on edge, and there's Good Looking Justice has a red cap who's up and after the lead. Then toward the inside, Gold Sweep and Healing Waters has dropped back to last year, past the half-mile pole in the driving rain, and as they round the far turn. In front here, in front is Butch's Best. Leads here for Mitchell Murrell as Good Looking Justice strides up on the outside. The quarter on this sloppy track, 22.28 seconds. These leaders coming toward the quarter pole, and it's Good Looking Justice who's taking the lead now as they straighten away from Butch's Best, who's second toward the inside, coming down toward the final furlong with Balsa back in third. Then Scotty's on edge, Healing Waters, and Gold Sweep is last. They're close to home, and with Simmer Bermudez, Good Looking Justice, pull clear to a sharp 6-length win from Butch's Best. Healing Waters was third, Gold Sweep finished fourth. Fifth all in. They're off, racing 5 furlongs. Balsa broke. Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? Your attention, please. The remainder of today's racing program here at Horseshoe Indianapolis has now been canceled due to the weather conditions. Once again, please take note. The remainder, races 6 through 9. The rest of today's racing program here, the live card at Horseshoe Indianapolis, has now been canceled due to the weather conditions. All wagers on races 6 through 9, those are refunds, and here's that alert. Again, we're canceling the remainder of the card due to the weather conditions here in town. All wagers on those remaining races will be refunded. They become all legs. Those multi-race wagers, races 6 through 9, have now been canceled due to the weather conditions. The next live race card here at Horseshoe Indianapolis scheduled for tomorrow with a 2:10 post time. However, regrettably, due to the weather, forced to cancel the rest of today's racing program here at Horseshoe Indianapolis. To remind all, simulcast wagering continues at the first floor OTB. Remains open for wagering on those simulcast tracks up today. Horseshoe Indianapolis Casino open 24/7. However, the remainder of today's racing program here, races 6 through 9, have now been canceled due to weather conditions.